All right, here we are, back again, one more time with the Lion King retro rewind weekend, hanging out here. Right now, we've got the ticks on again. Was watching, I think, um, Grizzly yesterday, and then it's Piranha played, and then Frogs, and then Piranha played again, and then Grizzly 2, and now Ticks is playing. So, um, it's been a animal feature here. So we're looking at the Lion King. We've got bears and frogs and piranhas. Oh my! And been doing a little gameplay here. In fact, I wanted to load up some of these yesterday when I got off of work, but I actually wound up um, jumping into a little kind of like a movie night with my mom. We watched Judgment Night, and it's funny, talk about movies that I have rented in the past, and a lot of times, like, I've talked about some Disney movies I like and a lot of horror movies and stuff, but it's kind of crazy when I look back at some of the just overall action movies I used to rent, like growing up. And that's like the whole point of these retro rewinds is looking back on things that, I would pick up and rent as a youth. And it's just crazy some of the stuff that I feel like, well, for one, the movies that my dad would not only let me watch, but would kind of like almost encourage me to watch, like some of the horror movies and things like that. But then I feel like there were some action movies that were way more gruesome than any horror film that like we were really watching. Went back and I watched like Hard Target recently, um, like Marked for Death. Uh, just like other films. Judgment Night, I watched with my mom. That was another one last night with like Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., um, and Dennis Leary. And just a really cool, great action movie. But I'm looking at these films and I'm like, I was like 13, I think. Like 12, 13 years old, watching these movies, 14 years old, like playing, Aladdin on Sega Genesis and then going and watching Hard Target, pretty much like in a, possibly in the same weekend where, again, running some errands with my dad, um, coming home sometime in the afternoon, maybe grabbing a couple of videos that he's rented already, or walking across the street and renting some like Vector Man or something like that. Um, but yeah, it's just crazy. I was looking at some of these movies I used to like watch, and like I said, not even the horror movies, but some of the action movies. I was like, dear God, I think I should be like way more messed up than I am. Like, I was saying that the other day at work to a coworker. And I was like, "Have you ever seen Hard Target?" And they were like, "No." I was like, "You need to watch that." I was like, "That's a pretty graphic movie." And I was like 13 years old watching this, and they're like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen it." I was like, "Yeah, you need to see it." I was like, considering like I was like, "Have you ever seen like that was like Surviving the Game?" Or like, "Ever seen that?" And they're like, "No, I don't think so." I was like, "Oh my God!" I was like, "Last Boy Scout?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Excessive Force? And they're like, "No." I was like, "Yes." I was like, these are brutal action movies. I shouldn't have been watching these uh, growing up, but yeah, there I was watching these crazy, crazy action films. And so anyway, last night I was going to post some of these after getting home, but got kind of having I got caught up. I had a great workout, then came home, um, had a great shower, had some great burgers, and watched a great movie with my mom last night, Judgment Night. So I never got a chance to get some of these postings done between all that. Also playing around with TikTok a little bit too much. TikTok and coffee, right? That's what I'm doing this morning. So here we are. It's Sunday morning. We're gonna jump back into some Q&A now with Lewis Castle, the producer, and find out what's the process of taking Disney drawings and getting them into a video game.
To actually be able to use Disney's animators' work in
God,
the
I love
game,
this guy.
we had to somehow take those drawings that exist on paper that would normally
Somehow.
be shot from a camera and put them into the video game. Now, the way we did that is through a process called
Somehow.
the Digicel process, which we first used in Aladdin. So Basically, the drawings are captured through a scanning device and put into the computer. They're then sent to us electronically through the phone lines.
I think he's a computer.
And the people on our end, our animators, color the individual frames and use custom software to shrink the drawings down so that they can be the right size and the right color
I don't
for
think he's
video
real.
games.
That dude's 100%. He's an android. Look at him. It's like the hair. It's like it kind of looks real, but it's not. He looks like a video game character from today. The eyes are kind of like just they're kind of real, but not real. How does Simba change throughout the game, Mr. Android Man?
There are 10 unique levels in the game, and they're specifically designed to explore
Did you
Simba's
hear how he
maturation
just said
from
that?
cub to adult. So the first 6 levels of...
Look, I'm sorry. He was like, it specifically, like he just went like he almost like went full on like C3PO right there. Look.
There are 10 unique levels in the game, and they're specifically designed to explore Simba's maturation from cub to adult. So the first 6 levels of the game are all about learning to be Simba and this young, agile lion cub. The last 4 levels are all about learning how to fight and use the power that's inherent in an adult lion to regain control of his throne.
Dude, it's like there's something I like him, but he kind of scares me at the same time. I want to hang out with him, but like, oh, what voice actors were used in the game?
Disney supplied to us samples from the movie of many famous actors that played and worked in Lion King. We have voices from James Earl Jones, Jeremy Irons, Cheech Marin, and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's really great because the video game is actually the same clips from the movie, so there's a great correlation between seeing the movie and playing the game.
Now, I wonder if they actually came in recorded or they just used the sound bites. All right, now we're going to move on to Seth. I think I'm going to like Seth a lot. What makes the Lion King game unique, Seth?
One of the things that I like about the game is that it's always different. It's very fast-paced. There's different characters to play, different experiences, new levels, new graphics, and every time you play the game, you'll find something different.
Interesting. How did you make the game and movie feel connected?
One of the things that we do is we look at the movie and find what kinds of things really stand out. In the elephant graveyard level of the game, there's a skull that is right out of the movie, and if you've watched the movie, you'll notice right away this is just the same thing. So kids will say, wow, look at that. I'm not just watching a game, I'm playing the movie.
Clever. All right. Well, this thing right here is actually like super duper long. This breakfast highlight reel. So we're not going to jump into that right now, but let's maybe take a look at some of just the art here. This reminds me of some of the stuff like I would play on SEGA CD and be able to pull up stuff like this. Different color palettes. Oh wait, hold on. They have like little. The psychopath. It's the sociopaths. pretty cool. I start a slideshow. Oh, it's just 2 slides. Cool. Okay. Alright, well. That's it. I guess we can take a look at the breakfast while I have some breakfast. Yeah, let's do that. Go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. Take care of yourself until I do, and each other. Don't spend that quarter anywhere else. Hang tight.